Yeah, I thought she was good. Well, I'll let her say it. Actually, I shouldn't say it.
What?
It was like watching Adele before she lost all the weight. It's like Adele doing karate kicks. That's what it looked like. It was.
Shall we begin?
Argylle is one of those movies where you watch it because there's so many famous people in it. Henry Cavill, Bryan Cranston,
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Sam Rockwell. And that's why I watched it.
This is the super group of actors that they came together and brought their A game and lifted each other up.
Yeah, it's pretty corny, but the movie is aware that it's corny and they just play along with it.
But you have to be silly. I learned that very quickly.
And in the end, they kind of just went out like, this. Let's just do the corniest thing we can think of and commit to the corniness and makes fun of itself.
You cannot be cool and be an actor. You have to be willing to be silly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not meant to be taken seriously in any way, shape, or form. So if you've seen The Kingsman, then you know kind of what to expect. Obviously, you're going to have like a love story in it, which is nice for the girls, and, fighting spy stuff for the guys. So it's a good date night movie for sure.
And Henry Cavill commits to it too. He's been a spy in serious movies, but in this, and he looks like he's having fun and he's just committing to the corniness. The main attraction of this movie is kind of Henry Cavill, but he's not really in that much. The heart of this movie is really Sam Rockwell.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be a girl real quick, because whenever Sam Rockwell's in a movie, I look forward to watching him dance because he's such a cool dancer.
Sorry, am I embarrassing you? I can't stop. Won't stop.
And I was like, yay, he dances in this movie.
And by the way, we get to see Henry Cavill dance too.
Who's the better dancer here?
We worked very hard on the dancing, and I could not do the whirly bird like Henry, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, have you seen him dance?
I'm dancing right now. Very small moves.
Internal.
You gotta like really look close.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a lighthearted movie. It does embrace the silly. It got a little too silly for me. I think mainly because of the actors that you said, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara. You had so many top-notch actors in the movie that, it was forgivable. Samuel Jackson also.
But the main character is Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays this introverted, anxiety-filled writer of a spy novel called Argylle, until the characters in the novel turn out to be real people who's trying to kill her. Now she's living in the world she imagined.
Yeah, I thought she was good. Well, I'll let her say it. Actually, I shouldn't say it.
What?
Okay, so I just made the
Real
comment.
women.
Yeah.
Real women.
Which I didn't.
Women with curves.
I didn't make that comment, but I was just like, for us women, once we have a baby, it's hard to kind of go back to your pre-baby weight, right?
Okay.
She's no longer a size 0. And I like that, because a lot of, for artists, whether you're a singer or you're an actress, there is a lot of pressure to lose that baby weight before you go on your concert tour, before you do this movie. You got to get back to this size because blah, 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 blah. I don't know if the studio didn't mind it or she drew a line, whatever it was. I just like that she was a normal. I mean, she's probably like a size 10, 12, which isn't a large person. I'm a 10, but it's just like, oh, okay, look, she's not a stick. I mean, it was just nice.
Yeah. For a spy, for someone of this role that needs some physicality.
Yeah.
Because you have to be jumping and kicking and...
It was like watching Adele before she lost all the weight. It's like Adele doing karate kicks. That's what it looked like. It was.
So I'm just saying, it was nice to see her not having to lose 25 pounds to be in this role.
Actually, I'm a fan of Adele, so it was pretty fun.
It's a very fun movie. The cat is what made me laugh the most, but...
It's not super violent. It's got a lot of shooting and action, but not a lot of blood.
What surprised me is how good Dua Lipa is, like her potential as an actress.
Well, but I mean, she was pretty and she was fun and alluring in her little dance moves and all that jazz, which I'm sure is one of the reasons why she got hired. But I mean,
she's kind of eye candy.
I was gonna say, she's kind of eye candy. I mean, really, because I mean, she only had like 4 lines.
But she was confident.
You and I, we're not so different.
You're a terrorist.
Then what, Agent Argylle? Does that make you?
The trailer looks like she's a big part of this movie, but she was in it for 5 minutes.
Correct.
She's obviously one of the faces that would sell this movie because, wow, there's Dua Lipa acting.
Right. Especially to the younger generation, for sure.
Not bad for a singer that has no acting experience, especially in a high budget production like this, along with great actors.
She didn't suck.
I can't remember the last movie I saw that has this many twists and turns.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There's almost a twist every 5 minutes, and each twist is more surprising than the last.
What I said to her right after it was over was this was heavy on plot. There was a lot of plot. The high point of the movie was the twists and turns.
This movie is absolutely incredible. From beginning to end, the twists and turns.
You know, some things that you were not expecting. There were a couple of predictable turns, but mostly it was like, this was new. It felt different. It felt fresh.
When I saw the trailer, it ends with someone saying, "It's time to meet the real Argylle."
It's time for you to meet the real Agent Argylle.
Now, the real Argylle is revealed right in the middle of the movie. Then it becomes a totally different movie from that point on. I did not see the twist coming. I was like, wow, okay, now we're getting something.
I didn't see that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is more unpredictable than Kingsman?
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as the plot twist that you're talking about, the major twist in the middle of the movie, I think, was what made it more unpredictable than a lot of these type of movies. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first Kingsman. I like that one better than this, but it's still good, though. It's better than the second Kingsman, which I was not a fan of.
It's hard for me to compare them because I just feel like Kingsman wasn't really too much of a comedy or lighthearted in a lot of it. This one is like committed to the cheese in a good, fun way.
It felt like a Guy Ritchie movie some of the time. It was fun. It was a fun ride. I think it was a little long.
Were you bored?
No, I wasn't bored, but there were a couple times when it moved a little slowly, and I was like, is this still going? This movie is still going?
Yeah, that's true.
All the stuff that's in the story, in the book that she's writing with Henry Cavill, Dua Lipa, John Cena, all of that stuff was very fun. It was all very cute and very fantastical. And that's what made this an interesting movie, was it's like you have this fantasy element combined with the whole spy genre, but it's like it's taken it to another level. And so that's why they can get away with some of the silliness. They can get away with some of, like you were saying, and they embraced it.
The collision of the fantasy and the reality is what's really, really, really fun.
If I have a complaint, it should have been tightened up a little bit. It was a little bit too loose, I think, especially the second half of the movie. It seemed like loosey-goosey. And
It's rom-com.
yeah, it seemed more rom-com, that's it. They could have chopped down 15 minutes of the movie and made it a little bit tighter, and it would have been even better.
I actually thought the first half of the movie should have been tightened up instead of the last
There you
half.
go.
So I'm on the opposite side of Jim. But
No, that's right. More of the first half. It was kind of like all over the place, really, because there were moments when I was like, let's
go.
Let's
yeah,
go.
that's how I felt in the beginning. I'm like, it's got to pick up eventually, right? Like we're gonna get to the more of the meaty stuff soon. So I think it took a bit in the beginning to bring about, but I still enjoyed it.
There's so many plot holes in this movie.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about it in the spoilers, and